104.1 KRBE.
Let's go. Good morning.
The Roula and Ryan Show.
With Eric.
It's about to get all stupid up in here.
Hey, sleepyhead.
Featuring Special K.
Nobody asked you, Kevin.
And Sam.
You've waited long enough.
How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Roula.
Macaroni and cheese hot dog.
Ryan. I am the worst DJ ever. With Eric.
We're the champions of the world!
104.1 KRBE.
Good morning.
Today-
Houston.
It starts.
It's season today. opener.
Yeah, baby.
Today is game day, baby. At 6 o'clock on the dot. Thursday,
3:10.
March 27, 2025 is Astros home opening day at Daikin Park. Not Minute Maid Park anymore, kids.
Nope. So the pregame ceremonies, the team is going to reveal the new Phillips 66 home run train. So they say
What
that
are
it's
we
going to
predicting?
honor
Are we-
25 years of the ballpark.
What are we
That's the only
predicting?
hint.
It's baseballs?
Baseballs. It's got to be.
Baseballs.
Or is it
Instead of
every
oranges.
round ball is like a former Astros head, like painted on there, like a little round
that would
ball?
look weird.
Like a
Severed
bowling
heads
ball.
in the back of the
You
train.
know, like little faces.
Or maybe they are the round ice cubes that you put into whiskey drinks.
That'd be cool.
Yay.
I would love
I
that.
like that on a
But he said
round
it had
rock.
nothing to do with Jason Wooden, the VP of marketing for the Astros. Like, he's the big deal.
Yeah.
He knows
Big
everything.
cheese.
Maybe he's the one that has to be sitting around a table throwing out ideas. Like, say, hey, guys.
He did say that.
He did say that,
I
but
was shooting ideas. Like, oh, yeah, do you guys just sit around a table like that? He goes, yeah, kind of like that. We just shoot things, we all get together and just brainstorm.
That's great.
But he said it was not a Daikin. Daikin, is it?
Daikin, yeah. It's not like an AC unit.
It's, yeah. So I'm thinking, he kept mentioning about Space City, how, it started here and stuff. So something with either space.
Moons.
Planets.
Bunch of moons.
Oh, yeah, or planets.
No, I still think it's going to be baseballs.
I think so, too. It was baseballs when it was Enron. When
And
they
he said
first opened the park.
To celebrate 25 years, it makes sense.
Yeah.
The train wasn't there yesterday.
Okay.
Because I saw national news like on TikTok.
It was probably in its hiding
They go,
place.
it's not here. It was, what's his name? Joseph Verlander's brother, Ben.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
He covers baseball.
Yeah.
And they're like, look at, because they had it open and there was no train. So
Well,
they're
because
probably,
the train hides because it goes in. Have you ever seen it go in at the end of the
Got
game?
like a little garage it goes in.
so
Yeah.
it's most likely in there right now.
hiding.
Put it
So
up.
the ceremonial first pitch will be Larry Durker. He's going to be throwing out the first pitch. Framber Valdez.
Larry Durker.
Larry
Durker,
Durker. Well, he used to be a manager of the Astros, like
Former player.
long time ago.
That's what I'm
He had
saying.
the
Larry's,
80s, early
he had a
80s.
bar in there where there's a shop now. If you're like, I think at section 131 or something, there is an actual team shop that used to be like Larry Durker's like
I remember
bamboo
that.
bar
Yeah.
or something.
A lot of people don't know who he is.
Yeah. And then Street Fest is going to kick off at noon today. There'll be live music, games, food trucks, giveaways, face painters, caricature artists, as well as photo booths.
Never a face painter guy.
No.
Me neither.
I think I missed it as a kid growing up in
Yeah.
the 80s, and I don't think they.
I had my face painted a few times when I was a
Painted my
kid,
face
but I
me.
would forget and then I'd smear it.
And then it peels off weird, like. Hey, last night I read something on social media that I'm curious about. One of y'all posted, "Trust me when I say that I think about you all the time, regardless of how busy I am and what I'm doing. You're always on my mind." I want to know who that's about.
Is that me?
No, Eric, was that you?
This
was on
I
social media.
asked you not to go there and
Oh,
talk
you
about
put it out publicly, baby. It's mine now. It's mine now. When you put it out there
You
publicly,
live to needle people.
if I'm not supposed to say anything about it, is it supposed to be scandalous? It's about someone
No.
else. What's it about? Who's it about?
That could be about anybody.
Maybe it's about your dog. You should just say it's about your dog, and we could have just walked away
Who
from
I'm
it.
very
Let me see.
worried about right now. So
Yeah, we all are. Well, okay, so it's about your dog. I was just wondering, bro, because once you put it out there publicly, it gives me permission to bring it up.
Ryan's been you've been posting.
Usually, there's pictures
I
of
don't see any posts.
other things that you post, but I haven't seen that in a long time either.
I see dog.
yeah.
Mhm. So it's about the dog. Okay, cool.
Aw. I see
By the
mango.
way,
not doing
yesterday, talking about dogs, I had a scare yesterday because my dog Charlie is a 2-year-old golden doodle, and she gets so excited when I come home, like I'm sure all your dogs do, and she jumps almost to my shoulder height to give me like, "Hey, you're here, you're here,
Boing,
you're here."
boing, boing.
boing.
I've
Totally
seen
like
this
a
dog
pogo stick,
boing.
like a pogo stick. And I opened the door yesterday, go to the grocery store, and she likes to jump out, and she's very good. She just runs around right there by my car, and she goes back in. When I was backing out, I swear to God, in the back of my camera, I thought I saw a thing. And I go,
Oh God.
and I was like, oh my God. And my dog goes, "Is that Charlie?" And I was like, oh my God, it was not Charlie. Thank God it was not Charlie.
Raccoon?
But I don't know what it was. A squirrel? I don't know what it was. I
A
didn't hit
squirrel.
it.
That's a big squirrel. if
Well,
you can
it's
see
just
it.
because you just saw the flash of it, like
Yeah.
you like the tail end of it, and I freaked out. So it's just a little message. If you have very excited dogs, just make sure they're in the house before you back up.
Be extra careful leaving this morning, too. The National Weather Service in Houston, Galveston has issued a flood watch for Brazoria, Jackson, Matagorda, Wharton counties, and it runs all the way until 1 o'clock on Friday. So we're going to get a lot of rain. And then, of course, there's a big hazmat spill in downtown near Taylor Street. An 18-wheeler had hazardous materials dumped all over the freeway. Lanes blocked, and they're telling
It's
people
the
to
rain
take-
will wash it away
Yeah.
into our drains.
Yeah, into our
Wash away
drains.
all that.
Yeah, I was going to say ABC 13. Look right behind you, Roula. Look at this
Look
major
at this.
water leak.
Oh,
This is
my.
Yale in Washington Avenue.
Wow.
Oh my God! It looks
Oh,
like
my
a
God.
flash
It looks
flood.
like
Yeah.
a pond.
It looks like we
This
just
is
had a major
water
rainstorm.
leak plus
Oh,
the
my
rain that's
Lord.
supposed to be
Oh,
hitting
my
us
Lord.
today.
Yale at Washington. Wow,
Oh,
there's a big.
lovely.
Well, there's going to be some low water pressure.
So for
somewhere.
our
You're gonna have
loyal
flat hair.
listeners, our loyal 6 o'clock listeners, if this is any direction you have to go to, all of a sudden now you're like, oh, I guess I'm gonna just relax and just sit in my house because I'm not gonna. I'd rather sit in my house than sit on the freeway waiting in all that traffic from the hazmat spill or getting through the water at Washington and Yale or wherever you have to go. It's so heads
weather.
up there.
Whether it's to suck the next couple days because you got the golf tournament going on.
No.
That's
Memorial
national.
Park.
it's
What do they do?
I hate that because then the whole world sees Houston and like, oh man.
So, Eric, what do they
Sucks.
do?
Rainy.
When
It
it's
sucks.
raining, do they play?
I mean, up to a certain point,
Yeah. if
like
it's
lightning and stuff.
Oh yeah, you can't be with metal.
With metal clubs.
Metal clubs and throwing those in the air. Nate
cleats
Bargatze
on.
had a really funny skit on SNL when he was acting like he was at the Masters or PGA Tour or something on SNL. Did you see that one where he makes a shot but he hits a bird?
Oh, yeah, he kept hitting stuff.
And then, oh, no!
yeah.
It was like a bald eagle's nest.
And then he kept hitting other things.
He kept hitting everything. I was like, oh no! But that was a good question yesterday. You had Eric for Jason Wooden, who does marketing for Astros, but also marketing for Texas Children's Houston Open. Do people just like park themselves at one hole, or do they move with the
Migrate.
players?
That's the beauty of it. I think most people would most likely stay because you get a good spot. Like, say you got your chair or you're standing up,
Then you only get to see that one hole.
but you see every player.
Yeah, you get to see every
Like,
player.
imagine if you could know you're going to see. I'm just saying, back in the day, for people that like Tiger Woods, people know that name.
Right.
Scotty Scheffler, a lot of people don't know who he is.
Rory
even though he's number
McIlroy.
one. Yeah,
How close
they got
can
that
you
number.
get to them? Like, I mean, did they?
you
Are
get
they
right up there. I mean, that's what I don't like, man. I mean,
It's kind of creepy.
they're pros, obviously, but they line them up. Like, if you and I were golfing, any of us,
It'd probably be like where
We'd be
they
hitting
say
these
you're
people.
the golfer, Ryan, and then
I could be in
rope
front of you.
is like,
Basically, I'm looking at you.
yeah, it's like where Eric's at. It's
Oh,
like,
wow.
But they're so
about
good.
8 feet away.
You could just, you just really.
And they
need
just
this
hit it
thing.
straight down the fairway.
That's
Where
it.
if we were doing it, we'd shank it and hit somebody right in the balls.
every time.
Oh, like Nate Bargatze.
See, I know so
Yeah.
little about golf. What is like the?
I don't know a whole lot. I just suck at it.
Because you've golfed, but like, how far? Like, what's the farthest you've ever been able to hit the ball?
Oh,
Depends if it's top golf or real golf.
well,
yeah,
yeah,
right. Top golf, top golf, and
250,
the white
but it's
circle.
down the way straight.
I can hit it all the way to the white one, almost to the Mercedes dealership at the Top Golf.
Oh,
I don't know
that's
how many
cool.
yards that is.
That's pretty far.
It's hard to say what they have there. I don't know what they're.
I know.
Those videos
is
where those
that
guys go
really
in there and they-
accurate? You know what I mean? Like, how accurate
Yeah.
is it really tracking?
There's
the
a
ball?
golf club you can buy that has this like chamber in it. You push a button and it hits the ball for you. Like
Are you serious? Where
Yeah.
would you? Of course,
It
you found
swings
this. Of
it
course,
down
you
and-
found
you don't even
this.
swing. You just put the ball. Put the
just
club
hit
right
it,
to the
yeah,
ball.
hammers
hits this
it.
button. And you go, watch out! Like a shotgun shell.
That can't be legal
Yeah,
in
no.
golf play, though.
No, that's like that's worse than steroids, trash cans, and the Black Sox scandal.
Like,
Everything all combined.
For all of y'all, what would be your number one sport that you enjoyed playing, whether it be growing up or even
Volleyball.
now?
I loved
Volleyball for Roula?
I loved volleyball.
Soccer.
Basketball.
I was the ski queen.
Yeah, you were. Skis.
Squeak queen.
Me and skis do not get
Ski
along.
queen?
Hey, that's
Ski queen.
out of all the sports. We could all play basketball right now. We could all play volleyball. Not saying we play good, but not all of us can ski.
No, that's true.
Yeah.
And he
Oh my
can
God.
ski because I remember taking you out on the boat, Kevin, and I was amazed. You're a really good water skier.
I prefer snow skiing, but I also love water skiing as well. I learned when I was like 6 years old. My parents dragged me out to the mountain. They're like, "You're going to take lessons."
I feel like snow
Especially
skiing.
because that's where
would be
you
more-
live. I mean, that's a
more
natural
fun.
thing to learn.
Yeah, it was just 2 hours away
It's
to the
so
Poconos.
foreign to me to think like somebody went skiing.
Because you can snow ski and you can end the run and you know you're not falling. Skiing or stuff, pretty much going to end it going in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got
You got to stop sometimes.
You gotta
At some point,
stop.
you're going to have
Unless you go into
to.
the land like those people
Oh,
that
no.
put 20
Oh,
people
yeah.
together, they get on their shoulders.
Oh no!
Oh, my
Vacation, the vacation video, vacation,
the
all I
Go-Go's.
ever wanted, the Go-Go's.
I feel like because of
scary.
social media, more people are exposed to what skiing is because I didn't grow up with social media, so it was never around me. It was never on my radar. I didn't know what was involved with skiing. I just thought it was something the Olympians do.
You're flat land here, hot.
Totally.
Poor.
And I feel like, this is
For
not a
middle class.
sport that. This is a very expensive vacation that you choose to take. We've talked about this on
That's
Couples
accurate.
Court. We've talked about this just amongst ourselves. This is not a cheap idea to go skiing. But I feel like even if you're never going to do it, you've been more exposed to skiing because of social media than anything else. Like maybe somebody who never has a snowball's chance in hell of going skiing because their parents are like, we're not doing that. You at least have seen ski fails on TikTok.
Yeah, it's true.
And
You know what I
when
mean?
you fall skiing in the snow, you can definitely get hurt. But if skiing behind a boat, it's usually less.
As a kid, there's a ABC Wide World of Sports. They had the agony of defeat.
The agony
Agony.
of defeat.
There's like an opening, and it would show like the good stuff, and then show the agony of defeat, and show some skier like wipe out bad.
Oh,
That's the
man.
only time I saw skiing. They hit something, and their body looked like a limp noodle.
Yep.
Terrible.
But a lot of times, not a lot of times, but I remember seeing the news. Wasn't Liam Neeson's wife, didn't she die skiing?
Yeah, she did. Natasha Richardson passed away that way.
What a way to bring down
Hit
the
her
room.
head.
And then Cher's ex-husband, Sonny, died that way.
And then a Kennedy died that way.
Yeah.
I don't know which one. Can't
Most of them are
remember.
doing stupid stuff. Playing,
No, they
playing
ran into a
catch.
tree.
like playing football with each other, playing catch. I think
Oh,
that
who
happened to
did?
the Kennedy year.
Oh, he was playing
Oh, he was
football on
playing
skis?
football?
Oh, while you're
But they're so good, they're throwing it back to each other.
Well, because they've been doing it since they were 3.
Yeah.
It's like the second nature to them. Real quick, speaking of the Texas Children's Houston Open, one of our listeners' wives is a respiratory therapist for Texas Children's, and she's volunteering at the PGA this weekend, and today is her birthday. So, Camille, happy 30th birthday!
Come on, Sam.
That's from your mate.
Sam, give her
Camille,
the happy
birthday.
Hey, happy birthday, Camille.
It's your birthday.
And then at like 6:40, I'd like to ask Sam a question.
Please
about
don't.
her son.
Please don't.
Sam's like,
you.
leave me alone. I'm tired.
Leave-
There's something
Yes.
I've wanted
I
to
didn't
know the
puke
last
last
few
night,
weeks.
and I'm thriving.
I'll just tell you what I want to ask you. It's like, you don't have to answer now. You can answer in a few minutes.
Think about your answer.
Like, does your son realize that you're pregnant? Because the way, I saw yesterday the way you felt. You're a trooper in here. I know you wanted to throw up. Do you want to play rapid fire? You run in the board. You can't really leave. No one's helping you out.
Oh.
I don't know how to run the board, so I can't help you.
Yeah, that's
I'm looking at you, special kid.
Maybe coach me run the
Hold
board.
on. Did I not stop and ask you, Sam? Are you okay? And
You
do you
did.
need?
That was really sweet of you.
Okay.
You should take it over, though.
Sometimes I have
feel
little
bad.
powwows with Sam.
Yes.
And make sure that she's
Sometimes
okay.
he's real sweet.
Sometimes, not very often. You can count on one hand how many times I've been there.
That's your one time, Sam.
Yeah,
That's all you get.
that's all you getting this week for this pregnancy.
Be puking on the board.
Right.
Oh, don't do that. That'll be hard to get it out. Coming
At
up
6:40, I'd
next.
like to know that answer. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you're getting obviously bigger.
Right. There's something growing
He's
there.
2. It's not like
Yeah,
he's.
and I'll talk about the thing that he tried yesterday.
Oh, that was hilarious.
On the video, that was funny. I was like, "Oh, how many of those before you let them go?"
Well, coming up next, we're going to tell you how you can score Jonas Brothers tickets every single hour today because it's a 20-year anniversary for the Jonas Brothers.
Wow.
Here's your official wet forecast for today.
There is a flood watch for a lot of the listening area. It's going to rain all day long. It looks like it's not even going to hit 70 today. Should be around 68, 69. Right now, 66 degrees and 6:13 on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
Music, TV, and all things Hollywood. Celebrity Scoop on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
104.1 KRBE.
It's brought to you by Taquerias Arandas, y'all. The Jonas Brothers are celebrating 20 years, and Jonas 20 Living the Dream Tour is coming to Houston October 19th at the Toyota Center. Now, the tickets go on sale tomorrow at livenation.com, but today, starting at 9 a.m., until 7 p.m. every single hour when we tell you it's time to call, you'll win Jonas Brothers Brothers tour tickets from us.
So let's do the math here. Kevin Jonas, 37. Joe Jonas, 35. Nick Jonas, 32.
Yeah, they were Disney kids.
So
started
20
as
years
Disney
ago,
kids.
yeah, they were teenagers.
They
when
live in
started.
Dallas. They
They
grew up
were
in
from
Dallas.
Dallas. Selena Gomez, Jonas Brothers.
they're all there.
Demi Lovato. They're all like Dallas area.
Oh, I remember
Yeah,
that
it's a good
studio.
run.
Eric, when you and I lived in Dallas, have you ever driven out to where they filmed Barney?
Yeah, and Las Colinas
Yeah.
area. And then that's where Chuck Norris did his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What was that?
Walker.
Texas Walker
The
Ranger.
Texas Ranger.
Walker, Texas Rangers.
Yeah, they had a lot of TV. Now, who's out there now? They have some TV shows out there. I don't know if it's Dr. Phil. I think Dr. Phil has a whole TV. That's where Dominique Saxo.
Yep.
She left to go there. Now
She's married to a guy who does fan fiction Star Trek films. I can't remember what his name is.
And he makes money off of them. That's how he makes his living.
His face looks like a Barbie doll.
Yeah, he goes, well, he's definitely had
it's
some
very
work
smooth.
done. Yeah.
I saw you
It's, I forget what his name is, but they do these episodes of Star Trek that look like the original 60s. And I mean, it's spot on. I mean, it
What?
looks like it. Yeah.
How do you watch them on YouTube?
Yeah. And he plays Captain Kirk. So that's Dominique's husband.
So weird.
There's lots of that happens in Dallas, I guess.
Well, why don't they put that up on Netflix? I'd watch that.
Yeah.
It's called Star Trek Continues.
sure, they're trying.
Okay.
Look at it on YouTube.
The other day I was going through
Paramount
Netflix
would.
when I had some time to myself because, I live my life with an earbud in my ear and my phone is my Netflix because I want to watch things
weird.
that are not kid
Too small.
appropriate,
I know.
but I don't
know
want
how you do this.
because I want to be able to watch something and I don't want to have to. If it's bad words or I walked away from the TV or there's inappropriate scenes, I just would rather have it on my phone versus have it on the TV screen if the kids are in the room. So I was scrolling through and just checking things out. And, Grey's Anatomy is on Netflix. And I saw this thing last night on Instagram. It says, only if you know, when you had to actually sit through the real commercial breaks of that season 5 finale with George as the patient. If you know, with Grey's Anatomy, because it was so epic. Like when Grey's Anatomy hit with the audience for ABC, man, it was like I remember the next day I would come to work and I would go to grayswriters.com. The writers of the episode would post the night of the major episode and talk about how they came up with that stuff. So I was trying to go through that, I want to see that one iconic episode or that other iconic the one with Kyle Chandler and the bomb. And I was like, I already saw it. And it doesn't hit the same. But there are a lot of things on Netflix, and I'm asking this question to the audience about the show Adolescence, about a boy who is suspected at 13 years old of murdering a girl. I don't know if it's in his class or not, but it came across my social media about how, oh my gosh, parents need to know. I mean, if you are raising boys, you need to know, you can watch this show. And then the comments were like, I have a 28-year-old son and I'm still shook. I wish I knew this. I'm like, what? What do you want to know?
Oh, God.
So somebody just tell me what is it? 37530. Just tell me what it is. Because Eric said he tried to watch through it.
No, I
and
watched it.
Doesn't sound very promising.
I did not enjoy this.
You watched the whole thing?
No.
Yep.
And
4 episodes.
Oh, it's only 4. I thought it was like
Yeah.
8
What
or
was it
something.
you did not like about it?
Maybe the hype was boring.
Okay.
And as a parent, you're like, oh, yeah. I mean, maybe.
So it's about
I
a
like to-
13-year-old boy
I like to
suspected
watch
of
stuff
killing a
to
classmate?
get away
Is that the
from-
premise?
Yeah, he gets arrested in the first. The gimmick is each episode they start the cam rolling, and there's no editing. It's like a play, and they're moving around.
Continuously
It's not in
flowing.
one room. They're
Okay.
they arrest the kid and they go all the way to the police station. So they're in the
Car.
van with him. And
Oh, wow.
So that takes like 5-6
So it
minutes.
feels like there's no edits or cuts.
There are no edits or cuts.
Oh, wow.
It's not that it feels. This little kid's amazing. This kid's a great actor. This kid's gonna have big things. But overall, maybe because it's the slang from England, the British
Oh, yeah.
slangs.
You have the
I put
subtitles on.
subtitles on. I was tired. I was just like
Hard to understand.
I understand. I don't want to spoil things for you guys. I want you to
Okay.
try and
All
watch
right,
it, but for them to say it's so shocking, I'm like, this could have been an after-school special.
Really? Okay.
In America,
It's
30
not
minutes,
even
40
about the
minutes.
shocking, Eric. It's about how people are like, oh my gosh, if you have a son, you have to watch this to be able to understand how to raise your son.
No.
And I'm like, well, I have a
First of
a
all,
son.
I'm not going to raise my child based on
Basically,
a
the thing
TV
is-
show.
No, you
Yeah.
have to understand them better so you understand them better.
It's like basically the thing is like,
Oh,
my
God.
kids are in their room. You don't know what they're doing. They could be on their phone. They could be on their computer.
Well, that's
You know.
true for any
Yeah, that's
kid that has
accurate. That
social
could be a boy
anything
or
to
Be
do
a boy
with
or
it.
girl.
Yeah.
But the whole thing was it was a female. It was a classmate. A female classmate was killed.
Okay.
13-year-old, and they think he did it.
Oh,
Yeah, I know that
Stabbed
was the
her like
premise.
17 times or 7 times or
my
something.
Lord.
God.
And he's like, I didn't do it. I didn't do it. And then you'll
All right.
And then
See
you-
how it all
No,
plays
no,
out.
no more spoilers.
and then you don't really find an answer.
What?
You get an answer, but there's no court. There's no like.
Oh, okay.
You know how
it just
Americans like
abruptly ends.
tied up the bow.
Yeah.
Somebody said that this
Average at best. I can't believe.
It says
we're all
how
this
raising
desperate for
boys
something.
around casual toxic masculinity can lead to raising a killer, is what one texter said.
Yeah,
That's why
it's
people are
good,
so shook by it.
But it's not great.
Okay.
Like,
Actually,
watch it right. I wanted to get your opinion because I don't want to spoil things for you
I
guys.
think I've
I'm
already
hoping
figured it
spoil
out.
it.
And
I
I'm
don't
hoping
think
you
I'm gonna
love
watch
it.
it.
I'm hoping you like it, but
Also, sometimes you may be not in the right
That
mindset
could
when
be
you
it,
watch
too.
a show.
Right.
like I don't think Sam in this world right now.
No, I'm watching Will Trent because I watched all of the
What's
Rookie
Will Trent?
and all of the Reachers. So I have to watch
well,
episode
the finale's
by episode.
today.
what's Will Trent?
Reacher.
Will Trent, I know, right? I
What
saw
is
the
that?
billboard about it. It's another
On Netflix or Hulu or what?
It is on Hulu.
Okay.
And that's a great question, Rilla. I can't
You
even
don't know
give
what it's
you
about
a
and you wanna
summary.
watch it?
Like a synopsis. Like, what's the premise?
I have to literally Google that right now because I'm just kind of like watching things as I'm trying not to puke. I know that's where my life's at right now. And so my poor husband's like, "Are you okay?" I'm over there like,
Third trimester, usually you're over the puke window, but
but you
now
got
for some
all
reason it's
the
back.
it's
hormones.
back again. The acid reflux is what's killing me.
You know,
So there's 3 seasons.
Okay. Of Will
what year
Trent.
did it come out?
In Will Trent. It came out, first episode, 2023.
Okay, so it's
And obviously it's
Who's
based on a
the
book.
star?
His name is Roman Rodriguez.
Okay.
And basically, it's like a cop. It's like a cop, and he's like going around
Sam's
trying to
in her
figure out
cop
things.
phase.
I am in my cop
Rookie.
phase.
You are the rookie. I know.
It's funny because it doesn't even really tell you about. He's a special agent for the Georgia Bureau of Investigations.
Bureau.
And as a,
Yeah.
Bureau, thank you. And as
Bureau.
a child,
Brewery
I know, right?
Investigations.
Barrio. Barrio.
The barrio, yeah.
You knew what I meant, okay? There was the B and the U and the R and the EAU. That was confusing.
Someone did remind me though, just on text,
It's decent.
Yeah.
on that Adolescence, knowing the slang, and it reminded me of like back in 2004, we were talking about those bracelets girls were wearing. The bracelets of different colors meant different sexual things.
2004, yes, I do remember.
Remember we
Like
talking
the
about
silly
that?
bands.
Like those girls were wearing these, and like red meant certain things. they
I've done
did.
this or I've done that.
Like,
First
things
base,
that-
second base, third base. It was real messed up.
Funny how I remember that, but kind of like that. There's certain slangs that the cops didn't understand. The cop's son goes to that school. He's like, "Dad, you look like a fool. This means that."
Okay.
Well,
So just just certain things you might think your kids. You can look at their phone and you see 3 emojis, and you're like, "Oh, okay,
But those emojis have a deeper meaning.
yeah."
yeah. I feel like I've mentioned this before, and I feel like we've had the conversation before, but there is absolutely a responsibility, especially for parents of boys, to not raise them in the way of it's just locker room talk. We're supposed to be cognizant to not raise them that way anymore, because that is what leads to the toxicity of a male turning into a rapist, a serial killer, a date raper, blah, 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 blah. Like, it's not boys will be boys anymore. That has to go
Right.
out the window
Yeah,
when
no,
you're
I'd
raising
say
a
that.
boy.
That's a terrible
Yeah.
baseline.
And there is, and in my world, my oldest is 14, just turned 14. And since she was 11 years old, I have been very cognizant of one specific boy that was in her grade that I can tell is being raised like that.
Oh gosh.
And it makes me sick, because he's only one representative of how many other boys across this country that the parents are like, oh, it's fine. But that boy worries me, because at 11 years old, I could pin him already. And I don't know if it's because we've been on the radio for so long. We have our
when you know,
life
you know.
technical certificates
Well,
of profiling.
When you know, you know.
Yeah.
I remember my daughter going to school, and there was one girl, and I was like, oh, she's going to be trouble. She's going to be trouble. I remember I was still married, and I turned to my wife, and I said, she'll be pregnant by the time she's 18, and she was.
Well, this
I
is
just
more
knew it,
of,
you know,
I'm
like, you can
worried
tell.
about how the parents are so looking the other way about this boy's behavior. And at 11 years old, he already was like catcalling girls and doing stuff like that. And I'm like, that boy is a dangerous one in college when girls have had too much to drink.
Oh, no.
That's for sure. Okay, so a lot of people are texting about Adolescence, even though Eric's not really a fan of it. Just from what I'm reading, I'm going to watch it just for the sake of watching it.
Yeah,
Four
you gotta
episodes, I
Watch
could do it.
You can summarize it and let me know.
Okay, I'll let you know.
And that's on Netflix.
Have my
Yeah.
kids do
So
something
the question that Eric has for
Don't
Sam
be
coming up
tired
next.
when you watch it,
Don't be tired.
because you'll fall asleep. You'll be bored.
It's slow moving.
Sam's having her second boy, in case you are needing to get caught up on the status of the Roula and Ryan show with Eric. And third trimester is upon her. Reflux is strong, and the nausea is back.
And her son is 2.
Yes.
So I was just curious to know, like, when he sees you, because it's your belly's, you're pregnant.
massive.
Definitely, there's a baby
You're
in
not
there.
massive, but you got the belly right there. So
You
I mean,
feel
pregnant.
massive.
I'm
but
just
you're
curious.
not.
Does he
Sometimes
know?
I can't see him, depending on where he stands.
Do you talk to him about it? Does he know about it?
Is there a
Does he
baby in
ask
there?
about it? Does he like what? Why belly big?
Why belly big?
What's in there? What's in there?
Yeah, I don't know. Does he say anything? I'm just curious. And then we have some listener lines that are pretty.
Oh, there's one that's funny.
Somebody was trying to come up with an idea of the show or something.
Okay.
Or,
I love it that they're so involved.
Because yesterday at 6 o'clock, you asked the question, do y'all like it when we do things at the same time?
and then someone else was trying to, I think, ask like a group therapy question, but they were laughing. So I think
these giggly
it
girls.
sounded like a 14-year-old girl trying to screw with us.
But
then
is
she
it a
didn't
14-year-old
She didn't
girl?
finish it
She
though.
didn't
And I'm like,
finish.
I want to know what was your story going to be? It was sounding really good.
Well, let's hear it next on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
It's KRBE with more of the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
Okay, for those of you who maybe haven't kept track, I just mentioned how Sam's having baby number 2. It's another boy. She already has a 2-year-old son. And Eric's question is pretty valid.
Go ahead.
I was just curious because he's 2. Like, does he notice your belly?
Does he
I know he
understand?
notices.
Right.
Yeah.
The
Does he
bump.
understand it? Do you explain it to him? Does he know he's got like a little brother coming?
Because they don't get it at 2. They
even
can't
if-
really absorb enough, right?
Yeah. No, they just want their
Does
next
he
meal,
understand?
changing my diaper.
He
and-
understands my belly because he will like point at it. So he'll go like belly. And then we always joke like I have him fist like he knows how to fist pump, so I'll be like, say sup to baby bro. So then he'll like fist bump my belly and I'll say sup baby bro. And so that's like really cute. But if you would go like, Santi, are you so excited you're gonna be a big brother? Are you
Yeah,
so
he's
excited? He's like, no. But also he doesn't he doesn't say yes. He'll like he knows yes, but he refuses to say yes. So what he'll do is shake his head up and down and like whisper yes, but he won't say yes. He'll say no and scream no at the top of his lungs.
Oh.
So if you're like, are you excited about having a baby brother? Like, do you know that mommy's having a baby? He'll be like, no. So in that sense, he does not understand.
Or maybe he does. I don't want a baby brother.
No,
I
they
want to
don't
be
get
number
it.
one.
So-
I really
Over.
don't think so.
I think he's
They
really.
don't get it. You have to have,
No.
like, if you decide to have a third one,
Right.
and you decide to have the third one in 4 years, then both of these kids will be excited and they'll get it.
Yeah.
I think 4
but-
years old is where it is. Because when I was
Two,
having my
he doesn't
third,
get it.
my oldest, I mean, she kind of remembers it. The one right before him does not at all. Like Ava doesn't. I mean, Ariana probably doesn't remember Ava being in your wife's belly, Eric.
I can't remember.
If
I
they're-
don't even
they're-
remember
I
my
don't remember.
mom
Real
being
quick.
pregnant when I was 10 with Connor.
I remember my
And you
mom
were
being
10.
pregnant with
I
my
was
son.
10. I was like, I don't know what this
What's
kid
the
is.
age
It's gonna
gap
ruin my
between
family.
Eric? What's the age
That's
gap
what you
between
should-
your daughters?
2.5.
So 2.5
so
years,
they'll
and
get it.
Roula, the age gap between your children.
So the first one to the third one is 3.5
8
years.
months.
And then the first
how's that
one to the
possible? I don't
second
know.
one is 18 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's 18 months between the first 2 and 22 months between the second 2.
Yeah, we'll be like 2.5 almost.
Yeah.
But that's
Good.
fine,
We're due in
Sam.
June,
I was
March.
2 years apart from my brother Doug. We
But you
shared
don't
a
remember
room.
your mom being pregnant with Doug?
No, I remember being pregnant with my brother Kevin.
Yeah, because you were, what, 10?
I was
You're
10.
You're
Yeah.
pregnant with your brother?
I said I remember her.
No, you said you.
Yeah.
I was 4 when my little brother was born, and I do not remember my mom being pregnant, but I distinctly remember my brother growing up in his own little crib, and I would get up before anyone, and I would climb into his crib to be with him and to hang out with him. That's when I loved him. And,
That's
what I loved
Then y'all
him.
started fighting.
and
Age
then
6.
once he got hold of my He-Man toys and my Pop-Tarts, that was it. I was
Drew the line,
Oh,
the battle
that
lines.
was
And
it.
you got yelled at, not
I
him.
did, and
muscled in.
that's when I tried to smother him. Probably.
You make me so worried, Kev, because so my husband has an older brother, and they're about 2.5 years apart, and they get along so great. Like they were best friends, and they still are, but like never physical fights, never arguing
Really?
about anything.
Growing up, nothing. None of that. That's
Nothing.
unheard of.
Anomaly
It's
there.
so
2
unheard of.
boys that didn't like
Yes.
roughhouse?
That's
Like
impressive.
they maybe
Good
wrestled
Lord.
a little bit, but they were never aggressive the way Kev is. And now
Oh,
I'm like,
scars.
oh my gosh, I was super aggressive with my
That
older
is
brother, and I
awesome.
was a girl, so I'm like,
So which way
ooh.
are your kids
But
going to
Santi
go?
seems so sweet, but I don't know. Like if the second one's
You'd
me,
be sweet. Just
I just feel
your
like
brother,
it
you're
could
gonna-
be wild.
I
Boys will
constantly-
be boys. I mean, you're going to fight. Like my brothers and I fought like
but
crazy.
Marky and his brother Ray, they didn't fight.
Yeah, but that's unusual.
It is
Very
unusual.
unusual.
Like
So I
Roula,
should
I
know
know
now
your
that's it.
brothers probably fought, and
Oh
you
my
fought
God,
with your
I have
brothers.
scars from
Yeah.
like the fights we had among
Yes.
siblings.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They
My
never
sister
were like that.
would use her nails. I have scars on my forearms from the nail.
Oh yeah, the grab.
The grabs. Or like my little brother is 4 years younger than me, so I definitely remember all those fights.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, so yesterday, Eric, you were mentioning about You know, we love people to give us ideas.
Yeah, I love
your
to see-
input is always welcome.
So I was wondering, like, because we do segments, we call them benchmarks, where like coming up roses. You
Yeah,
know, every
roses
Thursday.
would be
and
called
they'll
a
never move.
benchmark,
Yeah, we
yeah,
do
yeah.
revenge or scoops. We do this celebrity stuff or talk about what's going on in the world. Did you like that? Do you not like that? Some shows I know, they don't believe in benchmarks at all. They just open the mics, they just talk every break, which is fine. But then I'm like, nobody really remembers or knows what to come back for your show or tell
Actually,
people what your show's about.
I'm going to give you a perfect example of that. You know, when you kind of aren't knowing where you're going, these girls called in. Listen to this.
I had this boyfriend, and his name is Tyler. But when we started dating, my friend, she was really into him. And every night, he sneaks out, and I have no idea where he's going. And, girl, you're
But then just stopped.
They just stopped.
Like she was going with That's
There is
I think you can tell them they're laughing. Their friends are trying to screw around.
But there is a
It's
difference
probably like your
between-
daughter is calling.
Yeah. Let's
But now
call
I'm like,
this
oh man,
guy.
keep going. I want to know how this is going to
I know.
end.
Girls,
Where does
call
he
back.
sneak
What
out
happened to Tyler?
Call
Where
back,
is he?
girls.
Finish the story.
This guy actually was trying to give us some ideas about segments we could do. Listen to this guy.
Bad news is everywhere. So how about a segment where you deliver good news like air quality in the city has improved? You know, something that's good news that maybe once or twice a week to, I don't know, just thought, you know, True Crime Tuesday is awesome. Like, I enjoy it. But at the end of the day, it's still, you know, negative. So why not counteract it with, like, some positive news, great news, feel good news? All right, guys. Have a wonderful day.
Well, his example, though, isn't a good one. Air quality got
That's
better.
not.
That's
we're,
not
we're supposed to lie.
No, I thought you were talking about like, oh, listen to how this these children collected their piggy bank earnings for something.
Well, we do like cheers and jeers. Like, what was a
Charitable.
good thing that happened over the weekend?
Yeah,
and a
we've
bad
done
thing.
that.
Whenever we open the phones for, tell something good, it's like the phones are dead.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden we do, what's the bit where the people call in to complain? Oh my God, I just forgot it.
I'm so sick of.
Yeah, I'm so sick of.
And
we
the phone
jump-
lines are full.
The phones will fill up because
Well,
people want to
oh, yeah.
complain about things or they get what gets things off their
True.
chest.
I mean,
It's
would you
weird.
be enthralled listening to the radio if I did a report like, well, Susan out and Katie just had a litter of puppies and she's got some warm cookies in the kitchen for you?
I mean, for some shows that works.
I would love that, Ryan, and I hope all
If
of
you
that
brought
comes
cookies.
up.
I would like to know
I
what
want
the
the puppy
cookies are
and
and
I
how she
want the
made them.
You
cookies.
bring the cookies.
What breed are the
want-
puppies? Are they for sale?
I want both of those. That
Puppies and
sounds
cookies?
magical.
Puppies and cookies.
No, we bring an animal up here. You guys will all be distracted. Nobody focused. Everyone just forgets that there's a radio
Except for
show
me.
going on.
Except for me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Rolla's
Roula
the
doesn't
pro.
like
I can't be
animals.
distracted by animals.
The
Unless they're
penguin,
trying to crawl on
the
me.
penguin was pretty.
So cute.
The penguin was cute.
We lost everybody. We always lose Ryan.
Yeah.
for sure.
I'm like,
I'm an animal lover.
guys,
I think Kev
gotta
took it
make-
home.
how's the penguin doing?
The penguin.
Yeah, is he living in the fridge?
Well,
Just living in there. It was cold there.
Little extra ice box that you bought from Costco in the
Oh,
garage.
yeah, nice.
he entertains the Rover dogs that come over. They just flop around.
It was on Rover if you want to watch your dog.
I swear I get a request every day. It's getting to be a little bit much.
It's mud.
We have a corgi coming today at noon.
That's awesome,
Wow.
though. You're spreading the love.
I'd be paranoid. People be putting like stuff on their collar, like a
They do.
camera.
They do.
They're
The
watching
other-
you,
Like that.
recording you.
The other night, the Apple tag was like bloop bloop bloop. You know how it goes. Bloop, 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 bloop.
Because there's an Apple AirTag on the dog.
Yeah, whenever it
that you
moves,
watch it.
yeah, like your
And we don't
suitcase.
know what it's doing. Like if it's listening to us or like if it's
No, it's
they're
just-
wondering
It's
are
just
they.
tracking where their dog is.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
so that means the owner is somewhere else, and they're trying to find
They're
out where their
watching you.
dog is right now.
Yeah, they're watching you.
There's watching where the
Oh, you
dog
didn't take
is
my dog for a
going.
walk. I noticed he didn't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Because it'll happen.
They can tell that?
Yeah.
It'll happen
Apple
when
AirTag.
we're like in the middle of the night, though, like 2:00 in the morning. I'm like, So we took
Wow.
that thing off and put it in the other room.
Oh, look at that guy now.
Kevin
He's on
wears it.
vacation.
Just walks around.
I took my dog to the radio station. Okay, somebody's asking the number for the listener line.
What's going down in H-Town on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.
104.1 KRBE.
Since we're talking about the listener line, we got to get out the number because somebody said, what's that number again so I can leave a message? Here it is, 713-278-VENT. That's 8368. Lock it in your contacts. Call us anytime. Go ahead.
All right. Hey, today is opening day for the Astros. The game is at 3:10 at Dyken Park against the Mets. Now, during pregame ceremonies, the team is going to reveal the new look for the Phillips 66 home run train that rests on the track above the left
What's
field.
cool about
So is it gas pumps then if it's a Phillips 66
Ooh.
train?
I think we're all predicting
Train
it's going to
isn't-
be baseballs in the back where the
I think
oranges used to be.
baseballs. But the first day of baseball is just awesome because everyone's in first place except the Cubs. Cubs are already down 2 because they lost to the Dodgers last week in Japan.
Oh.
Sorry, family. I love the
Wow.
Cubs. So, but yeah, it's like everyone's like hope springs eternal. They always say, like, oh, my team's going to win this year.
You hope.
Yep.
Framber Valdez will take the mound at 3:10. The Street Fest is where the fans can enjoy live music, yard games, food trucks, giveaways. There's going to be face painters, caricature artists, as well as photo booths. And the gates open at noon for the Street Fest. That's what's going down in H-Town.
By the way, somebody said the battery is dying in the air.
That is hilarious.
That is what's right. Blue, blue, blue.
That would make so much sense, Kev.
Battery is dying in the air tag.
Do you have to plug that thing in? Do they have a little?
You
plug?
change the little round battery you buy from the store at 2032s
like
or 20.
Isn't it like the watch battery?
Yeah, the little
those
round
big
ones.
flat round ones.
Those flat round ones.
There works. You got to push it.
It was on the
and
Frenchie,
screw it.
Kev.
No, this one was on one of the other little fluffy little ones.
Oh, I'm surprised because Frenchies, people used to steal that, remember?
Yeah,
That's
Liza
Lady
Minnelli,
Gaga's
Lady
dog
Gaga.
walker.
Somebody got shot.
He was almost killed for those dogs. All right, coming up next, Rose's time. This is where you are very suspicious of the behavior of your mate, whether you full on believe this person is cheating or you think they're going down that lane. We get you some answers next on the Roula and Ryan Show with Eric.